Hey guys, thank you for joining me. I'm Kiana M. Lundy, Transformational Life Coach with Internal Realization LLC. And I'm so excited that you could make it online today. A couple days ago, I watched online sermon, a YouTube sermon by Pastor Jerry Flowers. He did this really amazing sermon on, well, it's called I'm Using That. And basically, he talked about how God uses everything that happens in our lives to separate or get rid of some unwanted things in our lives. And he used the passage Luke 22:31 to 33. It says, Simon, Simon, Satan has asked to sift all of you as wheat, but I have prayed for you, Simon, that your faith may not fail, and when you have turned back, strengthen your brothers. So basically, he went over the how separating the process of separating the chaff from the wheat. So that's separating all the negative things in our lives, addictions, sin, um, trust issues, various things that we have on us, behaviors that are not like God, and we are in His image. So He wants to separate these things, and it's the sifting process. But the part of the passage that kind of drew me or drove my attention was the fact that Satan asked for permission. Satan asked to sift all of you as wheat. So he petitioned God before he acted on any of his plans for us, right? So that tells me that Satan has no authority over us. He has no he's not authorized until God allows him to do what he does in our lives, right? So but then it had me to thinking, why would God allow Satan to do anything to us, right? Why would God allow things to occur in our lives? So I kind of went through and, kind of analyzed this a bit. And I came up with 3 reasons why God would allow things to occur in our lives. So, first reason is that he allows us, well, he allows the trouble to come in our lives to increase our faith and trust in him, to show us that he is God. So basically, when the things occur in our lives, right, there's no bigger faith increaser than going through some big troubles, right, that you don't see any resolution to. The book of Job talks about Job. He was a beloved servant of God, and God loved him because he was faithful, he was obedient, he was reverent. And Satan comes along, as he always does, and he says to God, well, you know what? Job's all goody two shoes right now because he's got it going on. He's got uh, prosperity, he's got good health, good life, wonderful family. I bet you if you snatch all of that away from him, that he would sing a different tune. I bet you that he would curse you. So God says, okay, let's see. Let's see my servant Job. So he allowed for Job to lose everything. His good name, his good health, his abundance, his family. Job was stripped to nothing, right? But Job's faith never wavered. His faith never wavered. In fact, his faith is shown as the example of the Bible, that how strong your faith should be in the midst of tests and trials and storms, right? Job 13:15. Though he slay me, yet shall I trust him. So Job trusted God even though he didn't know what was going on. Everything was happening to him that was bad, right? So God allows things to happen to increase our faith because of the fact that if everything passes through his hands, how can we not trust that he knows the ultimate end from the beginning, right? Second thing that God allows trouble to happen. Second reason why God allows things to happen in our lives. To grow and strengthen us, right? So we're, if you're a parent or if you've ever cared for a child, you know that we all want for the best to happen in our children's lives, right? We want for everything to go well for them. We want to protect and, you know, just keep them from harm and make sure that they're happy and healthy. But if nothing ever bad happened to them, they would have a one-dimensional perspective on their lives. They would think that, oh, well, everything's supposed to go right for me at every time, and ultimately they would be pretty spoiled, right? I mean, you've seen a child rolling around underneath the the stands in the stores when they can't get their way. They wanted a candy and their parent didn't buy it for them, and now they're acting out, right? So when God allows strife to happen to us, it gives us a different perspective. It allows us to grow and understand that, okay, this happened to me. You know, I have to figure this out. It helps us make different choices in our lives. It gives us learning. We experience things and we learn from our experiences. As children, we've grown from experiencing negative things, right? For instance, like your parent tells you, don't touch the stove. The stove is hot, right? And how many of us touch the stove? We got burned. So don't touch the stove. It's hot. But we had to experience it, right? Unfortunately, some of us are second and third degree burn type people. We don't learn it the first time. It takes for that deep blistering cut, deep blistering wound to happen, and maybe emergency to get involved before we learn, hey, stove bad, touch bad, don't touch the stove, right? So, but in those experiences, when we do finally learn from our experiences, it makes us better. We're wiser. We have knowledge now. We are our character is strengthened because we are growing in the knowledge of the experience. We know that, okay, if I behave a certain way, I'm rewarded. If I, you know, behave negatively, it's a negative impact. So we know how to carry ourselves, right? When we're learning through the things that we experience. So God allows things to come into our lives to mold and shape us and grow us spiritually, emotionally, mentally. We're mature through our experiences. So that brings me to the third and final item. Final item is sharing our testimony with others. So when we now learn and we're knowledgeable, we have experience, it's so important, people, to share your experience with other people. I know we're in a society that we live in this, oh, I woke up like that era. We want to appear to everyone like we have it all together and everything is so great and under control because we're filtered. All our pictures on Facebook is filtered, and we have to look perfect all the time. And so it's important for how society views us. So we never want to tell the bad things that occur. We don't want to be honest and vulnerable with the crap that we've experienced. We rather tell all the fluffy things and the good things, and it's so, but, it gives a false impression to other people who are struggling that, oh, you didn't struggle. It's important for you to be honest with folks too, to let them know what you've been through. Not for the purpose of being like a victim or woe is me kind of, telling all your negative things, but just to be able to be honest, encourage another person, to bring them up, say, you can do this too. You can be better too. You know? So share your testimony with a person. The Bible says uh, we overcome him with the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. It is important for us to share with others, to lift each other up. That's how we all overcome. So, to recap, 3 reasons why God allows things to occur in our lives. To 1, increase our faith, increase our trust in him, and remind us that he is God. Number 2, to grow us, strengthen us, and make us into the people that God intended for us to be. And thirdly, to share in our testimony, to encourage others that they can be better also. I am so glad that you could join me today. I encourage you to continue to follow me. And if this word was inspiring to you, please like and subscribe below. And I'll also have information if you choose to do a free complimentary coaching, free complimentary coaching, coaching session with me. Please get the information below. And I also have information about my online coaching courses, as well as my book. If you are interested in purchasing a copy, get it below. I'll get all the information for you, and you can follow the website to be able to get the book. All right? So I hope this word inspired you. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. Remember to always live your best life and be your best self. Take care. God bless.